on, people? It's Timmy and Joe making videos about computers all up on the internet. Today on the program, we got that little guy right there. That is the Corsair Vengeance gaming PC, built by Corsair with Corsair parts and some MSI parts for you to game at maximum levels with a good warranty. And yeah, it's a little expensive. It's the 5182 Vengeance Gaming PC, and I've been having a little bit of trouble making a video that could be bathed in a completely positive light on this guy because, yeah, it's a pretty nice computer. I mean, it's not too bad. We got some specs here. 9700. We've got AIO liquid cooler, a Corsair H100i Platinum 240mm AIO liquid cooler. You got NVMe drive MP510. Got 16 gigs of Vengeance memory. You got GeForce RTX 2070 Super, all in this semi-smaller form factor. Nice RGB lights. It's all good, right? Well, it's a computer I might build. I might select all these parts and put them together, but I would save money doing that, quite a bit of money. And the route they went, just going match for match in PC Part Picker, it doesn't really tell the whole story. So I'm going to tell you about this computer and how I've done some work with it. It's a nice computer. It does all right. It's very well built. It's got a 2-year warranty. It's got 24-hour customer service, which probably just means you can submit a ticket 24 hours a day on their website, and they'll begin working on it. But when it comes down to it, is it worth buying this PC from Corsair rather than building it yourself? Is it worth buying this PC over buying another manufacturer's, another boutique PC part guy, computer of equivalent value? No, it is not. At least I don't think so. Yeah, we'll get into it. So, good things, of course. It's a Corsair computer. They built it. It's built as well as I would build a computer. It's got great cable management. It's got great parts. Listing them off, I said 9700. It's got 650 watt power supply, Corsair, gold rated power supply. It's got a Corsair NVMe drive. This is all branded stuff, so it's going to be pretty good. But then when you really start looking a little closer, MSI Mortar B360 motherboard. No overclocking. No overclocking. There's no excuse for this, Corsair, because you definitely could have got a better board for the price from MSI and enabled that overclocking. And maybe that's going to save you some warranty claims and stuff like that because there's no ability to overclock this thing and ruin it. But I think that's it's a sad reality that you saved a bit of money there, and got the B360 motherboard over a Z-series motherboard, and then included this really good cooler when the 9700 at stock speeds could be cooled by a fairly inexpensive air cooler. I mean, why a 9700 and not a 9700K, if not just for the bump in clock speeds, if you're going to include that B-series motherboard, So you drove the price up and included the nice cooler, but kept the price expensive and still included a shittier mother. It doesn't make sense. And then you have the cheapest possible RTX 2070 Super in there, but it's a Ventus MSI. It'll do all right. It's running Port Royal right now, and it's a little audible. I can hear the fans are spinning up on it. The rest of the system is fairly silent because the CPU is never going to be overstressed here without the ability to overclock, so it should be good there with that 280mm or 240mm AIO cooler. So we're starting to kind of wear down a bit. $2,000 for this. I built the entire computer in PC Part Picker, part for part, less the RGB strips because PC Part Picker doesn't let you do that very well. And we can see I would save $250 building it myself on PC Part Picker, give or take some shipping and stuff like that, and some mail-in rebates and stuff like that. So you could definitely build this computer cheaper, but then my brain thinks use a Ryzen system, 3600. That makes way more sense. It would be cheaper than this 9700 and would give you an equivalent experience and a faster multi-threading experience. And then you could, overclock with it as well. And that would probably bring the price down another $100. And then you could probably, different case. This is a bit of an more expensive case. You could build this computer probably with an equivalent amount of horsepower for about $1,500 said and done. And that makes that $500 premium of having Corsair build it for you a little hard to swallow. Now, I know there's going to be some guys out there with lots of money and you're willing to fork it out for this. And maybe that's just what Corsair is going for, an upmarket iPhone type experience. But the choices made make it hard for me to, you could go and buy another $2,000 computer that will be faster than this, for sure. Case in point, CyberPower PC, my most dreaded of used computers I buy on, in Craigslist and stuff like that. I would never buy one. I would never buy one new. But if you go search on Amazon, you can find this exact same spec of computer for $1,379. The only difference is I guarantee the components aren't quite as good. It doesn't list what kind of hard drive, what kind of this or that, what kind of graphics card, or what kind of NVMe drive is on there. But it does have a smaller AIO liquid cooler. It does have a 9700K. It does have 16 gigs of RAM. It does have everything this computer has, but it has a smaller total storage capacity of only 1 terabyte when this has 2.5 terabytes. But you're getting a bigger NVMe drive, so you can store more games on the main drive, where this has a 480 gig NVMe drive and a 2 terabyte Seagate Barracuda in the back. So pretty equivalent computer for more than $600 less. That's unexcusable. Corsair, you make these computer components, you can drive the price of this down, and I'm sure you can get it on sale at some point, but on Amazon right now, it's $2,000. So yeah, there's a huge disparity there of $600. And then what makes it even worse is you could go and spend $17.99 on Amazon with the CyberPower PC, so still $200 less than this costs, and get a 2080 Super, and you're still saving $200. Now, would I buy that computer? It's a CyberPower PC. Probably not the greatest of quality of power supply, hard drives and stuff like that, NVMe drives chosen. It only has a smaller AIO liquid cooler on it. But in the end, you save $200 and you get much better components. You can go and buy a replacement power supply or something like that. And I bet CyberPower PC has some, probably not the greatest warranty, but they have some warranty as an entire system, much like this one does. So what I'm getting at is $2,000 is too much for this computer. You're overshooting your market, and you're going to make it'll delegitimize you guys building PCs, unfortunately. It's getting a little loud there. There is some other benefits, like it comes pre-installed with Corsair's IQ software and some other bloatware, and has a nice wallpaper there, vengeance from Corsair. But there is something to be said about having your RGB all figured out. And I mean, you see that my keyboard and my mouse pop up in the IQ software there as well. These didn't come with any peripherals, which the CyberPower PC does. But, it's got the AIO and the RAM and the RGB controllers already in the IQ software. So if you're kind of a dummy when it comes to putting RGB stuff together, this has all been laid out nicely, and it would be easy to add another, Corsair, like the mouse and keyboard, and include that in your color scheme and change things up. It would be all right. But I guess what I'm getting at, we're near the end of the video here. Here, I'll throw up some of the benchmarks I did on the PC just real quick so you get an idea of the horsepower this thing has. Better choices from Corsair on this, I think, could net it around $1,500 for the same components in here, especially considering you guys are the manufacturers of the components, thus you get, the lowest prices on the components. It really looks bad. It fares bad that CyberPower PC has you so beat. And then with this CyberPower PC, you're getting a K processor, so you're getting a clock speed bump. But if you build it yourself, go a K and a Z motherboard, you can overclock it and get even better performance. So it's just kind of, I don't understand this 9700 and B series motherboard thing at this price point on this PC. And I would never recommend buying a CyberPower PC. And I would recommend buying a Corsair. But when the price disparity is $600 for an equivalent spec computer, I gotta say, you're doing it wrong, Corsair. You gotta lower the price on this thing a little bit. Beautifully made, no issues with the build quality. Some cheaper components. All in all, the 5182 from Corsair Vengeance PC is a good computer, but it's a really bad price, and that's going to make it hard for me to recommend it. I'm at Watch Timmy Joe, Instagram and Twitter. Thanks to Corsair for sending this over. Sorry that I can't give it the thumbs up, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I think as a PC builder myself, I would build this myself and I would get the price down to somewhere near that cyber power PC with some better components inside. And I would build it myself. But there is something to be said about a pre-built computer from a reputable manufacturer, even if it's expensive. And there are some of you guys out there who will just pay the premium on it to have that name on it. So, you know, maybe Corsair knows what they're doing. So I'm at Watch Timmy Joe, Instagram and Twitter. Thank you very much for watching. I'll put links in the doobly-doo to this computer and to the cyber power computer, just because, you know, if you're going to buy them, do them down there. And thanks very much for watching. This is 2020. Reviewing computers, getting it done, and have a good day.